Hey guys, John Scott here for Daily 2 of our WrestleLine podcast that is now dropping daily up until WrestleMania. I want to thank everybody for all their really nice responses I got from yesterday's little short 15-minute podcast as today. And don't forget guys, if you are just like tuning in for me for the first time and you kind of like what you're hearing, please spread the word and hit the subscribe button on our various podcast platforms. That way you'll never miss WrestleLine at all when they drop. I hope everybody is well and safe as they can be in these very tough times, and everybody is following the guidelines of wherever you are to do that and help the process run a lot smoother. So for this podcast today, I'm literally diving into WrestleMania 36. I'm going to go through the matches that are confirmed as best as I can within this one episode, and also just talk to you guys a little bit at the end about some of the stuff that I'm going to do in the coming days. So I thought we'd start with WrestleMania 36 and just go through the card really. Now, of course, as everybody probably now realises, this is going to be a 2-night event. WWE's poster, their sort of like tagline for this is called now "Too Big for Just One Night." Not, I'm not sure how well all that holds up given the current climate of these things, but okay, I'll go with that. So let's start with some matches then. So we've got. I'll start with this. I'm actually looking at this on Wikipedia at the moment because the matches have been changing so much. But not that Wikipedia should always be trusted. But I'm gonna just go from their recording stats far. So what we know is these matches are only going to be the ones that are absolutely confirmed at the moment. So we've got 13 matches. So like I said yesterday, I was quite shocked that they didn't just stick with 8 and that they're going to go with like more and more matches of what they're doing at the moment. I'm also intrigued. I've got, like, in the UK there's this whole thing about the amount of people socialising together. Now I know WWE had to change some of the thing because President Trump, but I don't know what like maybe someone can tell me, one of our listeners that's based in the States can tell me what the ruling is. But obviously they have got like multi-person matches, and I don't know how they're getting around that, if they're going to change that. But because at the moment it is confirmed, I'm going to talk about it anyway. So let's dive into it because we haven't got long. So Edge versus Randy Orton, last man standing match. I would say, like, if I was grading on how much I'm looking forward to some of these, I would actually, like, out of 5, I would actually give this a 4. I think this is like a top billing match. I'm quite excited because the feud coming out of the Rumble, and obviously when Randy cut that really good promo, and the stuff he done with like Edge's wife and the whole Christian stuff, like, I thought it was really, really well done, and like the reasoning, and there was some truth elements in it. And whenever you can hit like the truth and real life things and mix that and blur the lines a little bit, it always makes for a really, really good feud. So as a return wrestler like Edge, this has been set up pretty well. And Randy Orton, to be fair with you, every time he goes into WrestleManias of late, he's never really given anything amazingly. Like he's always got something brand new every year, Randy Orton. He's like the go-to guy for that. But he does deliver. So I'm quite happy that he's got this matchup at WrestleMania. So I'm looking forward to this. Next up, Elias versus King Corbin singles match. This is just pointless for me. I don't really see the worth of it. I don't think this is WrestleMania quality. I'm going to harp on about this a lot, about my WrestleMania quality, but I'm not talking about, the first, say, WrestleMania 1 to WrestleMania 15. Okay, we didn't have quality all the way through the card, but there came a certain point between WrestleMania 17 to about, I don't know, 23, where it was about the best of the best being on the card. And there were actually some older cards, like between WrestleMania 1 and 15, that actually produced that as well. And you would only get on the card if it was really meaningful and it was worth having. Now, of course, it's all about, the duration. It's all about, quantity up against quality. And Elias versus King Corbin, although King Corbin, I will admit, has probably the most amount of heat in WWE, at times, that is, this is like, look, we know there's no fans there, so I don't know what purpose this will serve through your screen. I don't know. I don't really understand the match workings of this. I feel Elias was rumoured with John Cena this year. Got a feel for that guy. But yeah, pointless match for me. I would give this half a star in terms of how much I'm looking forward to that. And then we got Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley, who will, of course, no doubt be accompanied by Lana. Now, a lot of people are saying Aleister Black, he's been on a run and he's going to win this. I tell you what, I'm going to put a spanner in the works here. I'm calling Bobby Lashley to win this because I've been hearing a lot of things about WWE potentially getting Bobby ready for Lesnar. And in order to do that, they've got a lot of rebuilding to do with Bobby Lashley. Now, obviously, he's got the look, he's got the ability. We know that with Bobby Lashley, but WWE have done such a poor job with this guy in terms of getting him where he needs to be in line with Brock Lesnar for like a massive, big-time feel match. So they have got to do everything they can. And I do think Bobby is going to end that like little streak that Alistair's got at the moment, and I think he's going to be the guy, and I think fans won't be happy about it, but I do suspect he'll do it clean as well. I'll be interested to see what the odds are on that, because that might be one I potentially put some money down on. Now, next one, the Street Profits up against Andrade and Angel Garza. I mean, this again, Tag Team Raw, is this quality enough for a WrestleMania card? Not really for me. I do like it when the belts are all being defended sometimes, but again, you've got to have good matches for that. Now, the Street Profits are a really decent team. They are like the team at the moment to be, but I don't know. Maybe I could be surprised. I'd say I'll give this like a 2 in terms of what this could deliver, because they could deliver something really spectacular. Now, next up, we've got another tag team match for the SmackDown ones. It's The Miz and John Morrison, and this is going to be to be decided. So, again, 2 of these over WrestleMania. I hope that they're on separate nights just to give it a bit more variety. So we've got to wait for that one. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. This is an interesting one because obviously this has been sort of a build. I can't say I'm really that looking forward to it in terms, because don't forget, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens won the Universal title against Seth Rollins. You'll remember when Triple H screwed Seth Rollins. We've seen this feud before. We've seen the match before. And then we've seen multiple different types of matches where they've all been interlinked with sort of like tag matches, 3-on-3s. Again, this is one of those ones, it could surprise us if they get creative with it. But because I've seen it so many times, it's not something I'm really feel like is going to deliver high-end quality. They are both excellent performers, no doubt about it. I guess I'll give this another 2. I mean, they could knock this out of the park. Now, next up, we've got The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. A lot of fans a little bit hit and miss with this. I think you're either batting for Taker these days or you're not. You're kind of feeling sorry for the guy. I personally, I like the fact they've shaped his character up. I think that was absolutely well needed. And I'll tell you what, I've actually enjoyed AJ Styles on the mic. Again, I'll hark back to this. People said once upon a time, AJ Styles, never give him the mic. He's not a mic performer. He could never be a heel in TNA. Blah, blah, blah. Look at this guy. He is like, every time he gets on the mic, he's hitting 10s every time. And in this day and age, like with everything so heavily scripted, I feel AJ's like really on the money. I can't believe how well and adapted he has become to WWE. And not only has he become adapted, but he's also sort of modified himself in a way where he stands out above the rest as well. So he's not just looking the same and feeling the same as all the other superstars on there. Superstars, my God. Even I'm saying superstars now. Wrestlers. I'm going to say wrestlers, guys. Slap my hand for that. So this match, it's going to take place. There's nothing yet been decided where it's going to happen. It could be like an old, used car place, I guess, or they're going to build a set of a graveyard. I don't really know, but it will be gimmicky, of course. But I'm kind of half excited. I'll give this a 3, just because it's really different, and I'm happy AJ's got the match. Next, we've got the multiple match that I was talking about earlier. So I'm not sure if this is going to happen or not, but it's a fatal 5-way elimination match for the WWE SmackDown Women's title. Bayley, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Tamina. I'm never a fan of multiple matches, person matches, especially for the title at WrestleMania. This is like a throwback of women's matches to me. This is nothing amazing. I'll say Bayley would win this hands down at the moment. I don't see any reason why she shouldn't. Not looking forward to it. I give this half a star in terms of how much I'm gauging into this one. Moving on, John Cena versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Again, we had this match at WrestleMania 30. They had this match, and I like the fact that Bray Wyatt used, again, a lot like Randy Orton and Edge, he used some of the stuff, real stuff about what happened when he lost to John Cena. That was really good. The only thing I don't like about this is I do think this should have been for the title. I think John Cena should have been going for the 16 times, 17 times, trying to beat Ric Flair's feud with it. Not feud, title, amount that he's got. That would have given just an extra layer to this a little bit. I'm disappointed it hasn't happened. And also Bray Wyatt's sort of he was sort of unbeatable at one time. I just think it would have been better. But I'm still looking forward to this anyway, just because they give me another look of it. The only things I didn't enjoy about this was the whole Bray Wyatt pointing up at the WrestleMania sign. That was just so hokey as hell. I wish they'd stop doing that. But I am looking forward to seeing what they can deliver in this. So I give this actually 3 stars in terms of how much I'm looking forward to that one. Becky Lynch, singles title for the Raw's Championship. She's defending against Shayna Baszler. People very hit and miss with Shayna Baszler. Is she ready? Is she not? Becky Lynch, of course, has had the title for a year now, coming up to WrestleMania. I've got a feeling Shayna may win this and Becky may chase for a little while just to give her something a little bit new, because I don't really see any other opponents for her at the moment. So Shayna may get the win here. I'm kind of looking forward to this because I do think they may knock this out. So I want to give this a 3 in terms of what I think these... No, I might give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I'll be a bit more generous here because this could knock it out of the park. Next up is Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Unbelievably that this is happening. Goldberg, at the age he's at, he's back again. He won the title at Saudi Arabia against The Fiend. He's up against Roman Reigns. If this was in front of a live crowd, I think this would be a complete washout in my opinion. They're lucky in some sense. There will be no crowd. So they may get away with having something very impactful if they keep it short and sweet. Roman Reigns has to win this, no doubt about it. Will win it, in my opinion. Make no mistake about that. Roman goes over in this one. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. Well, this is the one Drew, unfortunately, has been involved in. I would have rather have seen it in front of fans. I'm hoping, in a way, Drew wins, but only by DQ. Or something like that. So he gets kind of the rub, but doesn't win the title completely and maybe chases. I just feel he needs to win it in front of a live crowd. Maybe work towards SummerSlam, something in those realms. Brock Lesnar, he always delivers something unique. That's the thing with Brock. So I'm kind of excited to see these two guys go at it. I think it's about time they looked at somebody new for Brock, and Drew McIntyre does match up to him pretty well in physicality terms and also his ability. So should be a good match. I'll give this a 3 in terms of how much I'm looking forward to that. And lastly, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Try and fit this one in. This is probably the one I'm very looking forward to, up there with Edge and Orton. I'll give this 4 as well. I think could be a top match. Both these, I'm so glad Charlotte challenged for the NXT title. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. By the way, send me some emails. Email at wrestleline.co.uk. I'll be back later on my Facebook page as well. I'm going to do some wrestling gaming, so check that out. And yeah, till tomorrow, guys. Stay healthy and take care.